Depression. This is a fun one to talk about, right? It's been quite a miracle for me too. I don't. I mean, I don't know how to really emphasize this enough. How very serious this is, and I really saw it happening in my life probably about a year and a half ago, but it kind of snuck up on me, and I never really had this issue in my life. Just it was usually a situation whereby it's basically run around women, right? Yeah, I was on Prozac for a few months. I think back in the night, yeah, a few months. I don't know, in the 1990s. But I've always just been, happy-go-lucky kind of guy, right? So obviously, my second marriage, I was down big time, and it just happened for 3 months or so, whatever, something like that. So like December 2012 until 2013, I was just, you can't even describe it, the depression. It was just, I mean, it was really bad. And well, what happened recently, provoking this most recent issue, was the assistance of, I know I'm not into this, doctors or psychiatry. Just trust in God. Let Him do the supernatural work in your life, right? You shouldn't have to be, getting these people who are certified this, that they read the books, they don't have actual street experience and just actually living your life, psych doctors and what do you call that, shrinks, um this most recent talk of me going, working with psychiatrists, and it's like, I know some people trying to say, oh, you're lying, if you were seeing psychiatrists, you'd be in like a mental ward or something. They'd probably press charges because you're a pedophile and drug addict. I've gotten a lot of these accusations, quite severe accusation. People don't take it seriously enough, but I'm over here in the mainland now again, okay, and I've been here for a while. I've been in the Daytona Beach area. Been talking about this quite a bit, on my Facebook, and how I noticed some depression kind of sneaking up on me. I just felt really down. Now's a good time for me to make this video for you because I'm just really high on this good feeling right now. So yeah, I did do the professional help, which it is not professional, by the way. Yeah, it's professional, but it's really you. You can't go seeking somebody else to fix you. You got to fix you. All right. It's nice to get some outside look from other people, but nobody can fix you but you, really. So December 2012, probably about March is when it kind of just ended, just stopped. People started telling me, Jason, you were not abusing your children, and certainly, and then most recently with certainly your wife, but most recently, what's been happening is I'm accepting that I was the person abused. It's difficult for men to come out and say this. 4 out of 10 women are physically and or mentally abused by husband or boyfriend. And then, well, guess what? It's the same exact number for women. But you don't hear about it. Why? Because people like me are too tough to just come out and say, and here's the thing, guess what? I don't just have a disability. It's difficult for me to say this, but yeah, I mean, my eyes, okay? I'm considered, I mean, I am. I'm visually impaired. And then I got the obvious effects of multiple sclerosis. You can look at it for other neurological diseases, and well, we can see people. They dispute this. My family's been saying, "Oh, you don't have MS. You don't have. You're faking your whatever." So yeah, people got my attention that I didn't do these things back in 2013 when my wife and her family ordered me to. But I didn't want to do this. I didn't want to go seek professional counseling because I just I was just so out of it anyway. You know what I'm saying? So I did. I saw Guidestone, which is they're in Berea, Ohio. They're known throughout the state, and then of course I can't remember the man's name. More of a Christian based type of thing, and then of course I did see children and family services. I went to them to say, well, hey, I mean, I'm accused of some serious things. I'm really upset. I'm so sorry I hurt anybody, and blah blah blah. Of course, the government, government's failing at everything anyway. So I was down in Puerto Rico, and I look, yeah, you got the whole pandemic thing. You got all kinds of people looking for various therapy things because this pandemic thing really messed people up. You isolate people, which is not the way you're going to get people healthy, by the way. Um, that's just going to mess up a person's mind big time. Ask anybody. So you got the numbers of people going to see professional counseling, as they want to call it, skyrocket. It's one of the highest. I think it's 4 times as high starting this year as it was obviously starting last year, and then of course going in, there's nothing. Pretty much everything was closed, and of course the counseling I've been, the sessions I've been doing is through their own video that they have. People say they don't believe them. Okay, so they're at 801 Bevel Road in South Daytona. I think it's 32119, maybe 7. South Daytona. Coastal Mental Health. And of course, SMA. Thank you very much. Stuart Marchman Associates. Very helpful. SMA. Okay, so going back, I don't know really what. Okay, maybe it was August of last year. I started noticing my desire for life, just in general, was just slightly waning. Okay, and then it really started hitting probably November of last year. What happened? I cut miraculously cow's milk cheese completely out of my diet. And then February 26th, I pulled white refined sugar completely out of my diet. Gone. I mean, who doesn't like sugar, right? So, what's that have to do with anything in depression? I'm not the, you all know me. I'm not the kind to get depressed. And I'm just so like happy-go-lucky and just go, 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 and have fun in life and be like a child. This depression thing is really easy to break. Okay, so what happened? I was okay. So this doctor did indeed diagnose me with just depression and anxiety, December 3rd, 2020. Also prescribed to me 2 prescriptions. I denied both of them. Which you don't need pills. Doesn't help you, right? Again, I looked into it. I guess, you know what? Let's look into this because it had gotten worse just in recent months, and to be days I just be like so down. I don't know what's going on, right? Well, so let's go ahead and look into it. So they did this. Well, we're gonna put you on Prozac, Jason. Which I already did that. I couldn't. I could, but it was difficult to ejaculate. All right. So that's why I got off. That's one of the main reasons why I got off of it back in 1999, 1999, yeah. I think it was like 60 milligrams, and then I cut it down in half, and then just got rid of it completely. Um, I had a bad temper back then too. I mean, raised without a father, it's just 100% of the time is what you get. So he said, I told him I wasn't gonna do Prozac. He said, "Okay, I'm gonna try Zoloft then." So I looked up Zoloft, and guess what? It's actually a pretty good. It's more of like a supplement kind of thing if you look at it. And there is an actual chemical imbalance, and I figured out how they can determine that. If you feel bad, you're gonna have but there actually is a way to through an MRI you can determine these things. But I figured, you know what? I wonder what you can do naturally for this Zoloft thing, because I was looking at it like, oh, this is a pretty good thing that they come up with, because it literally is like changing some things in your body to change your brain. Well, hello, I've got these neurological diseases that I've pretty much cured with food, naturally, through prayer. God directs me to be wiser. Well, guess what? This Zoloft thing, it does manipulate these fatty acids to just get going in your body. there's some things. I guess I just told you what I did. I did completely forgot about this though. At the time. So what's going on with this whole depression thing is 100% of people. It's an issue with regard to fat not being processed properly in your body. What did I just do? I wiped out all the cow's milk. Cow's milk is like 100% just toxic. Turns into mucus in your body. Yeah, I mean, of course, and of course, you all know I changed my diet back in 2000, September 2015 to no animals, no birds, no fish. Whoa, hello. This is an extremely a low fat diet. Very lean. No more than 8 grams of saturated fat per day. So, how do we get this fat going in this body again? I mean, it's been very low. Now I insert avocados, coconut oil. What else do I have down there? I got some stuff at Aldi, like oh yeah, walnuts, and then I got some I'm pointing. They're right at the end of my bed, literally. What do you call that stuff? Almonds. This is high fat stuff, and it just absorbs so easily in your body. And it's we're going like 3-4 days. I haven't noticed a thing yet, but I mean I just went heavy on this fats. And anyway, well then why do fat people, Jason, get depressed? It's because the fat that they're taking into their body and the fat that they existing or currently have is not being processed properly. They got to get the water intake up. Just look at the skin, though. I mean, it's. I mean, my water had been probably below 70 ounces per day. Well, let's just say this: less than half a gallon per day. For me, I'm always doing at least 100 ounces a day, usually more than a gallon. When I was in Puerto Rico, for some reason, I wasn't drinking that much water, and I'd carry it back down the beach, whatever. It gets heavy. And I was drinking a lot of ocean water too, which does have a lot of salt in it. Very nutritious, but yeah, it doesn't taste as good as even as bottled water. I do a lot of bottled water. So, honey, that's how you have to. Everything is what you're putting in your body, and what these things that I changed recently. It was the white refined sugar. I mean, I left my peanut M&Ms. No more of that because it just messes up your teeth. I talked about the teeth thing, and obviously the cheese is very good for the body to build up that fat, and it does get processed. So we've got that back, and it builds up your confidence and to be manly, and the woman to be non-manipulative and a liar. And I've been reading my most recent my oldest book, written in 2013, published 2014, Power in Your Weakness. I am powerless as a man who was abused by women, starting with my mother and grandmother and pretty much all women around me. I should make a video about that, abused by women. But part of the reason why we have this, abuse by women of men here in America so extremely is because men like me, like I said, we're not being honest, and therefore we are powerless, and we're trying to fight against it. So be powerless, power in your weakness. I was just reading my book, and it's just like opening my eyes again. That's when I was writing my book, Power in Your Weakness, using scripture from the Bible. That's when I was so powerful. I was really coming through things, and I think about my children all the time. That's why I was really. This is what this all been about. What did I do wrong? And coming into the acceptance that it wasn't me. Yeah, I was being tough, thinking I can get through this whole abuse of women, being abused by these beautiful women on my own, but I can't. I'm powerless to women. They're extremely physically, mentally, emotionally, spiritually draining, abusive. They're assaulting. They just in this country especially, it's really intense. So I was missing my children so much those first 3 months, December, yeah, January, February, March. And of course, I missed my wife and whatever was going on with her life. Obviously, she didn't want to live with me anymore, or just whatever. But I got through that. but I got to now, and it is what it is now. And obviously, I still, this was the main reason why I went to psychiatry. And of course, SMA has been a great help to figure out what I'm doing wrong. And it's not a matter of what I'm doing. Well, I mean, it could find out, but just get to the solution here. Solution, solution, solution. Women in this country, 100% of them are liars. They're preying on the government, using the government in triangulation. But great, that doesn't fully help you with regard to your depression. Got to get those fatty acids up properly in balance, so you can have your brain chemically balanced properly. I'm already doing, other foods. I mean, I eat a lot, y'all. I'm a big time foodie. 5 to 8 meals a day at least. At least. Sometimes I'll do, I just graze all day. I mean, just had a huge. I just posted on my Facebook. I had 4 plates at shout out to Kale Cafe. Kale Juice Cafe and Vegan Cuisine. What's up? I love it over there. So yeah, I'm gonna talk about the abuse. That's gonna get me through this even stronger. We should be submitting one to another rather than just being abused. I miss my children, but I'm accepting that, you know, this country's a big abortion country, and people do things the way they do things. It's not just it's abortion. It is indeed a culture of delete, cancel culture they call it. But not only that, it's just man, me, I gotta step it up and be a better lover with regard to, yeah, you're not gonna push me around anymore. Which that's like abuse against a woman to be able to say that. No, no. So anyway, this is how you cure depression. It's very simple. Thank you.